What's up, friends? It's your friend Guillermo. So I wanted to take this opportunity to talk to a lot of you guys and kind of clarify a few things to kind of help you kind of calm your panic. I know that right now we're going through very hard times. A lot of us don't know what's happening. There's a lot of uncertainty that's going on out there. A lot of people don't know the answers to a lot of questions. So as of today, March 19th, our governor, our great governor, has decided to put I guess can't say it's forced lockdown. It's considered a stay-at-home order, which means unless you really have to be out, you don't necessarily have to be out. You'd be required to stay home. A lot of businesses are shutting down. I myself had to shut down one of my businesses. Unfortunately, our spa, we had to make that call earlier this week and forced to have our employees take time off and have to apply for unemployment, which is unfortunate because, you know, we just want the best for our staff and our friends and family. We want everybody to be well. But as of today, some of the confusion is what is required of you. So a lot of us, I myself have the ability or the privilege to be able to work from home, which is great. My kids are home. I'm home. You know, that's all we need. We're good. It's a blessing. But a lot of people don't know based on their jobs what to do. So a little clarification as to what it is that you need to do to help alleviate this problem that we have going on with the COVID-19. So my recommendations based on what was said today, and this could change tomorrow, but if we all comply and if we're all able to basically do our part, we need to do our part. Regardless of what your political views, whatever your beliefs are, whatever you think this may be, conspiracy theories, whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter what you think right now. What matters is the people that are affected by this, the elderly, the people with underlying illnesses, existing preconditions, etc. I'm no health expert, so excuse me. But we need to do our part. I myself am a diabetic. And I can have complications because of that. So I have to take extra precautions to make sure that I'm okay. And of course, my family is okay. So you might be healthy, you might be okay, but that doesn't mean that you can't carry this virus and pass it on to someone else. And like I said, I have my own theories. You know, I feel like this could have been an act of war. I feel like this could be a number of things. There's a number of theories out there, but at the end of the day, it doesn't change what the orders are. So you were told to stay home, you were asked to stay home, and the last thing that we need to do is to be forced to stay home by martial law, because at that point, we have no control. You have no rights. You can go to jail. You can go to jail without trial. I mean, look up martial law, and that's the last thing that we need. So for now, our duty is to comply with what's been ordered. If you don't have to go to work, unless you're out grocery shopping, and I'll clarify what this means. So you can still go grocery shopping. You can still go to the laundromat. You can still go to your local hardware store. You can still go to gas stations, banks, you know, essentials, things that we need. You don't need to be at a bar. You don't need to be at a club. That's not essential. You can go into your favorite restaurant and they may be able to sell you takeout food. You can still go through a drive-through, McDonald's, etc. Whatever they choose to do during this time and stay open, then you most likely will be able to do it. A lot of workers that work at warehouses such as Walgreens, you know, food suppliers, food distributors, they will still have to go to work because they are the ones providing the essentials to us. Okay, if you work at a place like Ross, I believe here in my local area, Ross Distribution Center closed. You know, places like that don't supply essentials will eventually have to shut down to comply. So talk to your employer if you're not sure Your employers should be well aware of what's going on. They should be 10 steps ahead in understanding what it is that they need to do. I believe electricians, people that provide our infrastructure, such as electricians, plumbers, etc. As such, if you're part of the infrastructure of our state, then you'll still be able to go to work. I know a lot of us kind of want to stay home, and a lot of us have to go to work. So talk to your boss again, and tomorrow, like I said, things can change. We're not 100% sure how this is all going to play out. And as you've noticed in the last 2 weeks, things have changed drastically from one day to the next. And there's really no need to panic. To be honest with you, there's not a reason to panic. This is not the zombie apocalypse. I think a lot of us have watched enough zombie movies to be thinking or looking at this like it is, like a zombie movie, and it does look like it. And there's a lot of common factors that would make us believe that. But again, just do your part. Let's just do our part. If you don't have to go out, if you don't have to do certain things that don't require getting your groceries, etc., just stay home. That's it. There's no much to it. It's not rocket science. Don't try to be a badass. Don't try to be out there and saying screw the governor, screw the government, screw this. This isn't the time for this shit, because that kind of behavior is what's going to lead us into something far worse than where we're at today. So we're going to be on lockdown, or not lockdown, but on stay-at-home orders for the next 30 days or so. I believe it's supposed to be through April 19th, if I'm not mistaken, but that could change. So the longer we continue to stick to our old habits and continue to not listen or comply, then we're going to prolong this process. If you stay home and you do what you're supposed to do and just wait it out for the next 30 days or so, then hopefully we can, or not we, but the healthcare industry can help curb this pandemic and just kind of bring it down. Again, I mean, there's ever changing, constant changing news. So simply don't panic. Just don't go crazy. Don't panic. If you need somebody to talk to, I mean, I'm working from home, but I'm technically available any time of day, via text, via message. If you just need to vent or talk or get some insight. Right now, it's the time for us to unite. In the last couple of days, I've been able to unite, even with my own family. So I see that as a blessing. We're home. We're able to talk. We're all concerned. We're unified. My friends are all unified. Everyone's close in proximity. And just take this opportunity to just grow. Grow from it. Take some time to just learn something new. Take this as an opportunity. We're not gonna be brought down by this. There's no way. This is not who we are. This is not who we are as a country. It's not who we are as humans. I think a lot of us can learn a lot of lessons, and I've said this before, that the blessing in this is there's a lot of lessons to be learned from this, because a lot of us, including myself, we're too far gone from reality. These days we live a different lifestyle that is just constantly go, go, go. And if you're a believer, if you have faith, to me, this is God telling us to slow down. Really, stop in the tracks, slow down, take a breather, reset. Mother Earth needs to reset. Because we're trashing our earth, we're trashing our country. We've been divided, and the only time that we've been this united, and I can't even say fully united, because obviously people are still being crazy out there and being selfish, but the last time that we were united and we were brought down to our knees like this and humbled was 9/11. And I kept saying this before this even came up, that the last time that we were united was then. And with all of the divide that's been in this country for the last few years, and the constant back and forth between political parties, whatever, our country's been divided, and that's not who we are. And now's the time to reflect and reevaluate that at the end of the day, we should be united as one. And they used to say, you know, that we were one, and patriotism was huge in 9/11. Basically, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I think people have forgotten about that for quite some time. And so now is the time to just reevaluate ourselves. It's time to take a moment to reflect on ourselves and what we contribute to the society. And I promise you that you'll come up with a long list of things that we can change. So anyways, just do your part. That's all we can ask from you. Do your part. Stay home. If you don't need to go out, if you don't have any business out there, just stay home. I understand that we're going through a very, very rough patch right now. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people, you know, are uncertain of how they're going to get by. Just have faith. Stop for a moment and just, if you're a believer, pray. It doesn't matter who you pray to, whatever you believe, whatever you feel in your heart is true. Pray, and just, you know, the Creator, God, Buddha, Allah, whatever it is that you feel in your heart or that you feel that you need to speak to, just pray and ask yourself, you know, ask that you get the message, you get the lesson that needs to come from this, and we're gonna be okay. We're going to get through this because that's what we do. We've been through a lot of things as a country in such a short period of time. Even in the last 100 years or so, you can say that this country has been through a lot, and we've survived everything. And we've, you know, our ancestors and our elders have been able to bring these stories to us and tell us about the past. And we should be able to look at the past to be able to get to the future. So just take time, do whatever it is that you have to do to grow from this, and hopefully, you know, we definitely will come out ahead. So, like I said, if you need to talk, if you need to vent, if you need to just, you know, stay entertained, I am available, because obviously we're all available to just take time to talk, and you know, you have a friend here if you feel the need to reach out. Once again, this is Guillermo with The Next Level Life, and peace to everyone.